Hello, friends. You ever have a day where you have so many thoughts and no words? That's me today, but I'm going to do my best. A good friend unexpectedly passed away on Friday. Jim was hiking in Golden, Colorado when he suffered a fatal heart attack. I don't know if it makes it better if a person dies doing what they loved, but in any case, Jim left us while in the wilderness. And aside from his friends and family, it was the wilderness he loved most. You see, Jim wasn't just a recreational outdoorsman. It was his life. He was an avid volunteer in the community, lending his time to the Sierra Club, Colorado Trail Foundation, and other nonprofits dedicated to getting people outside. He was a true activist, with a penchant for justice, and even entertained getting into environmental law. Jim was a journalist as well as an educator, lending his talents to teach the public and professionals alike. I think that's what I liked most about him. As environmentalists, we were both fighting the same fight, and whenever we weren't, he'd rope me in. Jim was a big believer in networking, and while I was unemployed, he was there to put in a good word for me at various foundations. He got me involved and invited me to events where my obscure skill set would be valued. I didn't see Jim much when I was living in Colorado, as he and his wife Jess lived one town over, and our busy lives kept us apart. But I associate his company with the best of times. He and Jess carved out their schedules for shindigs, where we shared the best foods and the biggest laughs. But I think the greatest gifts from Jim were his camping invitations. Prior to our friendship, I'd forgotten about camping. I wasn't even sure I liked it. But Jim, who had a knack for prying out the passion in people, made me fall in love with a great outdoor getaway, whether it was taking a strenuous hike or convincing me that fresh trout made a good breakfast. If you have friends, and you most certainly do, tell them you love them. We don't always realize we're appreciated, even by those we hold most dear, so make sure they realize that even in silence, they are loved, that you're thinking of them between the emails and phone calls. That's something Jim instilled in me, the power of silence. On our first camping trip, we had walked a few miles onto the Colorado Trail when Jim suggested we all rest. We closed our eyes and turned our faces to the sky. "You hear that?" Jim said. I asked him what he meant. "Exactly," he said. "You hear nothing, just the quiet." The world is a quieter place now. I'll miss the noise. But as with all in-between spaces, I'll keep my memories and all that I've learned. Thanks for the good times, Jim. All my love, Kelly.